many years ago, when we found out that we were positive, I couldn't believe it. Especially because I had only got intimate with my wife on our wedding day, and no one else before her. I may have had an affair with one or two, but I was convinced I did not get it from them. I got angry at my wife. I neglected her, I resented my wife, and got solace with young girls that reminded me of my wife. But Fiona, I never ever slept with them without a condom, including you. I knew I had a responsibility. Every time I visited Tasso, I heard stories of abandoned children orphaned by the disease. I dreaded the thought that our children too would be orphans one day. An idea dropped in my mind, and I believed that this would bring me and Winnie back together.
I was lonely. I was torn and would do anything to make things right again with my husband. All this extravagant shopping and high life was the only distraction I was left with. Who knows, my past lifestyle wasn't saintly, but all I can say is George loved me, and I love him. I never met any other man ever again, but it seems the past caught up with me. I didn't think that the life of glamour and fame would lead me to make stupid decisions like sleep with a man to get a job. It seemed normal, it seemed a normal thing in that world. He asked me if we could start an orphanage on condition that I use my status as a former Miss Uganda to create awareness and get funds to support this cause of taking care of these children. Yes, I joined Tasso and trained to become a counselor. That's how we are able to locate these vulnerable children.
The George Wynne Orphanage is also a platform that enables us to talk about this disease and remind people that HIV/AIDS is still with us. It is our responsibility to fight it at whatever cost. Now, before Martha died, I made a promise to her that I will not infect anybody intentionally. And after 5 years, I'm here to say that the promise I made to her is still standing. Today, I am glad to say that having had Martha in my life gives me the strength to share my experience with the rest of the world, some of whom still have HIV and AIDS, some of whom still think HIV and AIDS are a myth. Special thanks to Tasso, the AIDS support organization, for their good work by helping to counsel victims like us and continued advocacy of prevention.
My apologies for the commotion. Patra, I'm very sorry for what I did. I had no idea about George. He's so full of life, generous, and caring, yet he kept such a secret. He even tried to deny me. Men. I feel so stupid. You were right about me just a toy to him.
It is not my place to judge you. You're my cousin. I would never let anything bad happen to you knowingly. That's why I had to warn you immediately I heard about it.
Gosh. Anyway, I cleaned up the mess I created. I told Aunt the truth.
Great! I hope you've learned something today.
Patra, I promise to change. I know it will take time, but I've learned my lesson. My ears and eyes are wide open. I took the test.
And?
I am negative. But...
Wow! We thank God. I'm happy for you. But what?
I need to go again after 3 months to be sure.
Just do it. How do you feel?
Relieved. Honestly, I was so scared. But what you said to me and the way you said it left me shaken up. I don't even know how I got to the VCT center. You should have seen me. I'm glad I went. Thank you.
You are welcome.
I haven't told Tony yet. He was furious with me for not telling him about George. I don't know. I just felt that this time I wanted to keep it to myself. Of course, I know eventually he would find out. I was wrong.
Young lady, I know all about you, even the gift we bought you on your birthday. Sometimes I wonder why you little girls keep chasing after married men.
Madam, I will return it.
It isn't to you.
Woo! I thought she was going to beat me. I thought she was going to beat the daylights out of me.
If I were her, I would. How are you going to handle the George situation after today's saga?
Gosh. He is officially dumped.
No comment. Let's pay Martha her respects. Enough of George already.
Let us serve the next generation by checking how we live and continue to create awareness about HIV/AIDS. My dear friend, I forgive you for what you did. As for me, I will continue keeping my vow and made to Martha. It stops with me.
It stops with me. It stops with me. It stops with me.